like to introduce our next guest, whom I first met on this program at a time when hardly anyone had heard of him. Now his album, his Guitars Cadillacs album, has gone platinum. I believe they've had a platinum party in this town for him. Would you please welcome Dwight Yoakam?
I'm gonna kiss you.
You and
Clint's been hanging out with us too much. I'm not gonna kiss him.
You and Clint are on tour together, aren't you?
He's done how many dates? 5?
We've 5. We've got
he's doing.
several.
It looks like about 20 before we're done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's the hat axe. Is there?
Yeah. Having too much fun.
Yeah, who came up with that expression?
I don't.
Talking about the
I heard an agent use it.
Ricky Van Shelton, George Strait, you, Clint Black, the hatted axe.
Yeah, the hatted axe.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. You know.
How are your knees?
Well, they're cold at times, but other than that, they're all right.
Did you really get thrown out of a restaurant in Nashville because of your knees?
What? It was, you know, the gal was just doing her job. She didn't know me, and just knew they had a dress code, and there was nobody around that night to tell her any different. So, yeah, they wouldn't let me eat there.
Because you could see your knees?
No, it was just jeans, period, I guess. But and the holes only made it worse for her. She I guess assumed
Doesn't know what the latest fashion.
I mean, you know, Ralph, if you notice, I've tried to keep these holes from appearing. You can see where we patched these. But this will eventually, you know, break again.
Yeah, I think this one broke loose, however.
It did. Yeah, that patch job didn't take too well. You know, I came by here actually not to interrupt the show or to steal any of the time from Clint and Connie. By the way, it was great to hear you sing. That's a gal from Columbus there, huh?
Yeah, that's right. You're from Columbus.
Right. Well,
you went to Ohio State, didn't you? Yeah. There's some guy out here who's crazy about Columbus.
Yeah. Is that?
Just mention Columbus
Was it somebody involved with Woody Hayes, maybe, one time?
Are you from Ohio?
Yeah. We moved up there when I was very small, from Kentucky.
Okay. That's right.
But my daddy, I've got my dad in Louisville, and so I've got family there.
And you wrote that song.
South of Cincinnati.
About that highway that runs...
Route 23. That rides right through there, yeah.
All right, why are you
Anyway,
here?
I came out here, Ralph, because 4 years ago in October, I came on here just after signing with Warner Brothers, without having a single out at the time. You were gracious enough to let us be on your show. You held up a cover of an EP that I had out at the time, and so this fella is doing something they call cowpunk out in L.A., and he's got this album. It's called Guitars, Cadillacs, Ick, Ick. And the Ick, Ick, or et cetera, went on and on and on, and ended up, like you said, selling 1 million records for us. And I got an award. Thank you. I got my award today, but I thought, as a gesture of my gratitude to you, I would give you a platinum record for that album, because it means a lot that
That's very nice.
You were the first to have us on TV with that record. So, in excess of 1 million whatever.
That's beautiful. Can you see that? That's beautiful. Am I holding it correctly? And no glare?
And no matter what Buck says about you, Ralph, I still think you're okay.
I have a lot to say about Buck. Well, that's very nice. It says, to commemorate the sale of more than 1 million copies of the Reprise Records album, cassette, and CD, Guitars, Cadillacs, Eck.
Yeah. So thank you very much for the help with that album, for letting us be on the show.
Excuse me, let's go back for a second. What was on this album?
This album had, well, the EP originally had Ring of Fire, which was Merle Kilgore and June Carter's song. We then recorded Guitars, Cadillacs, the title track, and extended the album. It was Guitars, Cadillacs, Honky Tonk Man, and Honky Tonk Man was our first single. It went to #2 for us, and then Guitars came after that. And those were the two big hit singles off this album. But it sold really on the strength of those two songs.
So, was Guitars and Cadillacs the biggest single?
Yeah, it outsold Honky Tonk Man, but barely. Both of them, I have, you know, Johnny Horton and all the fellows that wrote that to thank for a pretty good kickstart to a career.
That's very nice. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Ralph.
Thank you. Okay. Would you like to introduce the young lady from Columbus?
Absolutely. If you ever get down around Ashland, Kentucky, and decide you want to cross the river, cross that river at that bridge there in Ashland and go on up through Ironton over towards Portsmouth and run on up from there up towards Chillicothe and end up just on the outskirts of Franklin County, you'll be in the vicinity of where this lady comes from. And that road's called Route 23, as Ralph and I said earlier, and this lady who sings great is Connie Smith.